Hi, I am Dr. K. S. Raghuram, Associate Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Vijnans Institute of Information Technology, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, India. Now, I am going to give an overview of seismic instruments, which is a topic in the course of instrumentation and control systems. So, seismometer is the seismic instrument, the main seismic instrument. The basic seismometer consists of a freely supported mass from a frame attached to the ground. The relative motion of the frame with respect to the heavy mass is printed as seismogram. That means, a heavy mass in the shape of a ball is hung with the help of a string which is connected to the L-shaped frame, and it is with the earth's motion due to earthquake or earthquake, this heavy mass oscillates. The oscillation of the heavy mass is pointed with the help of a pen attached to it at the bottom, and on a paper it draws the graph of which the earth is moving due to earthquake. So, earthquake's measurement is measured with the help of this seismometer. So, seismometer is used to measure the amount of deformation occurring in the earth due to earthquake. The world's first seismograph is invented by Chinese as chained motion meter. They termed it as Chinese ground motion meter. It is of course very long back story, 132 after death of the Christ by the Chinese mathematician Cheng Heng. The 8 wooden dragons each had a ball in the mouth. During an earthquake, a ball dropped from the dragon mouth into the frog's mouth below it. It indicating that the direction of tremor. So, the Chinese ground motion meter consists of 8 wooden dragons which are fixed in the to the outer surface of the ground motion meter. So, they are having each ball on their mouth. When the earth moves it, the ball is dropped and fall into the frog's mouth, showing that there is a earthquake. This is the first seismograph invented by Chinese to detect the earthquake. So, the components of seismometer, there are 2 components measured. One is vertical, second one is horizontal. Vertically suspended system are sensitive to vertical ground motion. That means, when the earth is moving up and down, the up and down movement of the earth is determined by this vertically suspended system. The horizontal suspended systems are sensitive to horizontal component of ground motion perpendicular to pendulum axis. So, in the when the earthquake occurs in the horizontal direction, so the horizontal seismometers shows the horizontal deformations. So, these vertical and horizontal meters are something difficult to measure. So, in the modern seismometer, it is designed with digital form, and it is used to find the deformation in the earth in x, y and z direction by using different meters in the 3 directions. The components used for this SISMO technology is also called as vibration. So, the vibration is measured by three components: acceleration, velocity and displacement. The amplitudes are related by a function of frequency and time for sinusoidal excitations. Sinusoidal excitation means it is a sine curve which is an alternative up and down curve, like alternative current signal. The acceleration is the most commonly measured component. Acceleration is used to compute the spectrum response to a known force input. That means, the vibrations caused in major equipments can be measured by using this vibration measuring device, which is called as seismometer. Now, I am going to discuss about the theory of vibration measuring instruments, how to measure the vibrations in heavy equipments, what is the theory behind it. First, what is the theory behind the vibration measuring instruments I want to discuss. So, in the figure shown, the blue colored block is the heavy machine and yellow colored block is the foundation, that is the earth. So, into the earth the heavy block of machine is fixed with the help of eye bolts, as discussed in our computer machine drawing that you had already drawn in your previous semester, you might have known that. So, the heavy machines are firmly fixed to the foundation with the help of these eye bolts. Even though it is firmly fixed, when the machine starts function, it causes dynamic forces which are called as vibrations. These vibrations develops displacement, velocity and acceleration components of the system, and these are measured by three forces like spring force, damping force and inertia force. The spring force is directly proportional to displacement. More the displacement, more the spring force. Damping force is directly proportional to velocity. So, here below the machine some dampers are fixed to control the vibrations in the machine, and inertial forces are directly proportional to acceleration. That means, the moment of the machine is calculated by the inertial forces which are directly proportional to acceleration. Therefore, in vibration analysis of a mechanical system, it is required to measure displacement, velocity and acceleration components of the system. So, to calculate the vibration analysis of a mechanical system, especially the heavy machines, we have to measure the amount of displacement, the velocity component and acceleration component which is developed by the running of the machine. The instrument which is used to measure these parameters is called as seismic instrument. So, the vibrations caused due to the running of the heavy machinery which are measured in terms of displacement, velocity and acceleration, the measuring instrument is known as seismic instrument. The major requirement of a seismic instrument is to indicate an output which represents an input such as the displacement amplitude, velocity or acceleration of a vibrating system as close as possible. So, the seismic instrument measures the amplitude which is known as the displacement, velocity and acceleration. So, the displacement amplitude, velocity and acceleration are formed due to the dynamic movement of the vibrating system. That means, whenever the machine starts functioning, you might have seen in your labs like mechanics of solids lab or thermal engineering lab, when the machine starts or when the engine starts its functioning, you can observe some vibrations when you go nearer the machine. The vibrations can be measured by the seismic instrument. So, you might have a doubt why to measure these vibrations. It is very simple. To measure the vibrations means to calculate the stability of the equipment or machinery. If the vibrations are more than the designed value, means we have to control the vibrations, otherwise the equipment will gets damaged. So, here is a simple schematic diagram of the model of the seismic instrument. See here, the yellow colored block is the machine, heavy block of machine. To the heavy block of machine, the seismic instrument is connected or is fixed with the help of nuts and bolts. See here, the dot and dashed lines, which is just above the machine, is the fixer of the seismic instrument to the machine. So, here x is the displacement. You can have the terminology here. So, here in the seismic instruments, we will have the dead weight called the seismic mass m. It is shown by the green colored block, right. So, the green colored block of dead mass is suspended by a spring called K, a damping instrument called C. Damping instrument, C is called as the damping instrument, or it is here for mathematical purpose he is telling that it is damping coefficient of seismic unit. K is the stiffness of the spring used in seismic unit. So, this is the setup, system setup. The system is having the dead weight m, the spring mass K and damper C, right. The springs constant is stiffness is K and the dampers coefficient is C. C is the damper. Damper means it absorbs the vibration coming from the machine. So, if the machine is standstill, K and C keeps the mass m parallel to the horizon, parallel to the machine, right. Now, when the machine starts functioning, so the vibrations caused in the machine are transferred to the dead mass m. So, due to the vibrations, the absolute displacement starts, that is shown by x, see on the right, absolute displacement of seismic mass, and y is the basic excitation. So, that means as I told you earlier, the machine will vibrate in 3 directions, x, y and z directions. So, x direction movement, that is which is perpendicular to the earth, is known as absolute displacement. Y is the base excitation. When you stand just in front of the machine, you can observe the vibrations. Those are y direction vibrations, which are in simply harmonic motion. Continuous vibrations you can feel, and z direction, that is xy direction plane, the displacement of seismic mass relative to frame. In the frame direction, it is called as z direction displacements. So, that is the terminology of the that is the block diagram of the seismic instrument. The seismic device is made of spring mass K, damper C, dead weight m, fixed in a frame, and the mass m is connected with a vertical scale. Here the y is y sin omega t, y is displacement in y direction is y sin omega t. These terms we are going to discuss now. Now, as there is vibrations in the machine, it causes frequencies and periods. Frequency of vibration is that one which stimulates the strongest response, called the natural frequency of the sensor in terms of spring constant and mass. The natural frequency is the reciprocal of natural period of the instrument with a combination of damping and choice of mass and spring constant. The resonant period can be adjusted and the response made to approximately constant over some range of frequencies. Here these three frequencies we have to remember. Natural circular frequency is given by omega n, which is root k by m, where k is the spring constant and m is the mass, dead mass. Natural frequency mn fn is given by omega n by 2 pi, because natural frequency it means it is a simple harmonic motion in for every 360 degrees revolution of the mass. And natural period Tn is given by 1 by natural frequency. These three are the terms you have to remember. Now, mathematical formulation for single degree of freedom of dynamic system. As I told you, the seismic device works on the displacement, velocity and acceleration. The seismic device works on the velocity, the displacement and acceleration. So, the equation of motion is defined in terms of these three, that is acceleration, velocity and displacement. As I told you, the displacement is occurred in x and y directions. So, velocity is also occurred in x and y directions, and acceleration will be occurred only z direction. So, here x and y are the displacements in x and y directions. The displacements are measured by the spring. So, here k into x minus y is the spring force, and x dot and y dot are the accelerations which are taken by the damper C. So, C into x dot minus y dot is the damper vibration, and acceleration force is taken by the dead mass m, which is equal to mx double dot. So, here in this equation the three forces are acting, which are mx double dot is the acceleration force, C into x dot minus y dot is the damping force, and k into x minus y is the spring force. These three forces combinedly keep the system in equilibrium. So, sum of these three forces is equal to 0. Let the relative displacement of seismic mass is z is equal to x minus y. So, instead of here x minus y, this equation becomes mz double dot plus c z dot plus k z is equal to minus my double dot, that is acceleration in y direction. Consider the base excitation to be simple harmonic motion. We will have for equation simple harmonic motion is given by function yt is equal to y sin omega t. So, in the equation 2, if you replace y double dot, so that means this will become yt is derived 2 times. So, the equation 2 becomes mz double dot plus cz dot plus kz is equal to m omega square y sin omega t. This is equation 4. This equation, above equation represents a equation of motion of a forced vibration with m omega square y is equal to f. The governing equation of motion of the system is mz double dot plus cz dot plus kz is equal to f sin omega t. that is the equation 4. And so governing equation of motion means it is the controlling equation of the motion, you can say, the controlling equation of the vibrating system. The solution of governing differential equation, the solution of the above equation is given by ZT equal to ZC of t plus ZP of t, where ZC of t is transient solution and ZP of t is steady state solution. Let ZT is equal to the steady state solution of the equation of motion is ZT is equal to Z sin omega t minus phi, equation 6. It has to satisfy the equation 4. So, from this we can calculate the displacement, velocity and acceleration as displacement Z t is equal to Z sin omega t minus phi, and differentiating the displacement equation we will get velocity Z t is derived to get Z dot t is equal to omega z cos omega t minus phi, because sin omega t's derivative is cos omega t, and Z dot t is equal to omega z sin omega t minus phi plus phi by 2. Here cos omega t minus phi can be written as sin of 90 plus theta. So, that is why this equation becomes Z t is equal to omega z into sin omega t minus phi plus pi by 2. And deriving velocity equation again with respect to t, Z double dot t is equal to minus omega square z sin omega t, because here cos omega t minus phi's derivative is minus sin omega t, and that is why and omega t's derivative is omega. So, that is why omega into omega square z sin omega t minus phi. Again with respect to, if we add sin omega t is also can be expressed as sin 180 plus theta. So, omega square z sin omega t minus phi plus pi acceleration. That means, if you see in the right side, the displacement equation, displacement is acting with the show is and is shown with the arrow going right with blue colored arrow, and velocity is shown with the green arrow which is perpendicular to displacement, and acceleration is opposite to displacement which is shown by red arrow. From this we can conclude that velocity, acceleration and displacement 3 are acting in 3 mutual perpendicular directions. And finally, the equation becomes mz double dot plus cz dot plus kz is equal to f sin omega t, which is the equation for this one. Okay. So, this is so if we apply phase angle f sin omega t minus kz sin omega t minus phi minus c omega z sin omega t minus phi plus pi by 2 plus minus m omega square z sin omega t minus pi plus pi is equal to 0. So, impressed force, spring force plus damping force, inertial force, all the forces are added to become 0. So, finally, equation 16 is important for us. Z by y equal to r square over root over 1 minus r square whole square plus 2 zeta r square Hey. Shh. Now, up to this, the seismic instrument chapter is over. Thank you very much. If you want my video, you can subscribe my channel